Bill Mott trained the winner of this year's Central Bank Ashland Stakes, Emollient, and you were telling me she's unlikely for the Oaks. What do you have coming up on the plan for her after that big win?
Well, she's won a Grade 1 now. We might go to the Black-Eyed Susan with her. She'd run back in the Ashland here just off of 7 days rest, so I didn't want to wheel her back in the Oaks that quickly, although there was nearly a month in between. I want to give her a little bit more time. And the same owner breeder has another horse for the race, so right now we're leaning toward Close Hatches running in the Oaks.
Emollient, it's an uncharacteristic move for you to come back on a week like that. What was it that prompted your decision?
Well, I'd always wanted to run her on the synthetic track here, and I'd always had this race in mind, and I was vacillating between the Gulfstream Park Oaks and this race all the time, and when it didn't work out very well in the Gulfstream Park Oaks, and she obviously put in sort of a non-effort, I just decided, if she looked healthy and could make it back in a week, we'd give it a try, and worked out very well. Actually, worked out more than very well. She was pretty spectacular in winning that.
And going to the lead like that, as I recall, that was not necessarily her MO. Is that something, a new dimension now that you have with her?
Well, I think sometimes you just got to look at the makeup of the race. I think looking at at the race that day, there weren't any other horses in there with a good early speed, and I think she just sort of inherited the lead, and she cruised around there, and she really handled the track well and finished up well on it.
Tell me what impresses you about your two fillies you are pointing for the Oaks, Flashy Gray and Close the Hatches, and how they're coming up for the race.
Well, they both impress me because they both like to win, and they're good fillies. They seem to have a good amount of ability. Close Hatches is 3 for 3, and she hasn't done anything wrong yet, although she's a little short on experience. She never ran as a 2-year-old, so we're going into it just off of all those 3 races came this year, so she hasn't had a lot of time from her first race until the Oaks, but she's done nothing wrong so far. And Flashy Gray, we did win a race, and she's been second in 2 of the major preps leading up to this. So she was second at Oakland, second at Fairgrounds, and the Fairgrounds Oaks. So she's they're both good fillies. They've been running against good fillies, and they've been competing very well.
Flashy Gray ran big on the track there at Churchill too, right?
She did. She broke her maiden at Churchill, so she's already been home.
Was that just she was really good that day, or does that track particularly move her up?
Well, I wasn't her trainer at the time, but I think she's that talented that she probably might have been able to win at another track just as easily, I suppose.